In the heart of Buckingham Palace, whispers turned to gasps as shocking revelations emerged about a clandestine plot striking at the very core of the monarchy. Sources confirm what was once thought unthinkable. Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, may have moved against young Prince George's future ascendancy to the throne. Dive into the labyrinth of palace intrigues, where ambition and legacy clash. Before we go deeper into what this really means for the royal family, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single update. Beneath the polished veneer and stately poise, Camilla harbored dreams that far surpassed public perception. Her path through the royal corridors was often overshadowed by shadows of past controversies, yet it's within these very shadows that she crafted her ambitions. By the time she emerged from the sidelines, her intentions might have been cloaked in the fabric of family duty, but whispers suggested a different tale. Could it be that behind the courteous smile lay a determination to alter the sacred line of succession? Her targets, some suspect, included the bright and promising George, drawing into question the legacy she wished to mold for herself amid the gilded hallways. Within the hallowed walls, discontent festered among those loyal to the throne and its traditions. Trusted aides and advisors, uneasily attuned to the tremors beneath the throne's steady foundation, began exchanging furtive glances and discreet nods of acknowledgement regarding the Duchess's expanding influence. This intrigue did not go unnoticed, especially by the Queen, whose unwavering protection over George was well known. Camilla's maneuvers, perhaps actors in a grand play yet to reach its climax, sowed seeds of suspicion within the once unified circle. Their silent battlefield stretched from private drawing rooms to the whispers, echoing through palace passages. Camilla's influence, wielded with grace and surprising potency, painted her less as a mere consort and more as a figurehead of substantial sway. Each decision and directive she touched rippled across the monarchy, unsettling established traditions and hinting at an undercurrent of trepidation. As tensions simmered, the question of who would sit upon the throne sparked a fierce discourse among insiders, pitting perceived heritage against the ambitions of a determined duchess. These ripples threatened not only Prince George's future, but the entire structure binding the royal family together. As the palace's silent storm gathered momentum, the stakes rose beyond petty disputes, casting doubt upon age-old bonds and alliances. The gap between loyalty and ambition blurred, leaving the royal family poised on the precipice of a potential unraveling that could alter the course of legacy itself. As secrets bubble to the surface, the royal family faces divisions that could crumble an empire, discover where allegiances truly lie in the next chapter of intrigue. Behind the gilded gates of the palace, unseen battles play out in hushed rooms. Camilla, seasoned by years within the royal enclave, leverages whispers and alliances to ensure her vision for the monarchy prevails. Her moves are subtle but impactful, creating ripples that might just change the course of royal history forever. Camilla, a master of chess without the board, plays her pieces with quiet precision. Her mere presence commands respect, a testament to her journey through the palace's winding, often treacherous corridors. Her smile, disarming and meticulously tuned, serves as both shield and weapon, enveloping allies in warmth while disarming detractors. She's a maestro of court politics, weaving through the tapestry of royal tradition with an elegance matched only by her cunning. Underneath the crown's weighty symbol, she manipulates the web of power with the dexterity of an artist, crafting a canvas on which the very future of the monarchy hangs. In the grand rooms, her strategic alliances are whispered about, never spoken of openly, lingering in the air like incense. There is talk of a broader conspiracy within these ancient walls, a delicate balance of unseen forces and covert negotiations. The guards, although diligent and ever-present, have little notion of the nuanced chess Camilla plays. Each courtier and confidante is a potential conspirator, manipulating loyalties and forming unspoken pacts that reverberate throughout the palace halls. Whispered rumors suggest a shadow network, woven with threads of power and intrigue, that stretches beyond the palace into circles of influence far and wide. Young George, navigating these murky waters, finds himself vulnerable. An heir to a throne but a pawn in a larger game, he stands at the heart of this silent tempest. His youthful naivety is a double-edged sword, inviting protection from some and exploitation by others. The uncertainty of his position brews turmoil, The weight of expectation combined with the undercurrents of a darker game threatens to drown the young prince. In the eyes of the courtiers, he is both hope and peril, a future sovereign walking a path defined by shadows cast by others. Camilla's allies are a mosaic of loyalty and ambition. Among them, trusted advisors whose loyalty she has secured with promises of shared power and visions of glory. Yet, there are those outside the monarchy who sense tides shifting. Drawn to her like moths to the flame, they are bankers, ministers, and even foreign dignitaries, with their stakes in this unfolding drama. Together, they form an unseen pact, a coalition bound by threads of influence and mutual aspirations. In secret gatherings, they speak of reforms, an empire reborn under a new era of leadership should they succeed in their quest for influence. Daily life at the palace continues, a beautiful masquerade where balls are thrown and appearances maintained, yet a quiet rebellion simmers beneath the surface. Every gesture, every uttered word has the potential to tip the scale, casting light on a realm where dominance is affirmed not through open conflict but through the quiet, potent clash of wills. The atmosphere, a melange of glittering dinners and whispered plots, hums with the tension of an empire on the brink of transformation. As Camilla's influence reaches its zenith, the struggle threatens to fracture more than just familial bonds. The stakes grow higher, a precarious dance on a precipice between legacy and oblivion. Alliances and enmities merge into a tapestry more complex than any seen before. The royal house teeters, caught in a silent maelstrom of veiled threats and shadowed promises. The repercussions will be felt far beyond the palace walls if the delicate balance slips, imperiling not only the royal family, but the very essence of the monarchy. From whispers to roars, the tension swells, delve further into the growing storm, clouding the young prince's future. A journey into the heart of royal turbulence awaits. Amidst the splendor of royal festivities, a crack emerges, a fracture in the very portrait of the monarchy. The air is thick with the aroma of freshly polished silver and grand chandeliers, casting their luminescence across sumptuous tapestries. Yet beneath this grandeur, whispers weave through the gilded halls. Camilla, with her enigmatic smile and poised demeanor, has become a cipher, the subject of hushed conversations and suspicious glances. Her shadowy maneuvers have stirred unsettling ripples within the family, where every intimate moment is now shrouded in tension. Is she a dutiful companion, or the architect of ambitions unknown? This is the question that silently reverberates, casting doubt upon once unshakable bonds. The friction unfolds in alarming periodic waves. Late-night discussions transform into emotional confrontations with dagger-like words exchanged in the privacy of drawing rooms. The history-laden walls that have borne witness to centuries of monarchy now tremble with the echoes of raised voices. Camilla faces stern gazes from key royal figures, eyes that once regarded her with warmth now sharpened with distrust, as her true intentions are questioned. Trust, the delicate thread binding their illustrious lineage, slowly erodes, unraveling shared pasts and once warmly held confidences. These familial threads, stretched thin, threaten to snap at any moment, leaving behind emotional carnage. Amid this tempest, the queen endures agonizing turmoil, a monarch caught in a torturous quandary between the duty that has defined her life and the familial love that tethers her gently to these troubled souls. Her steely resolve, honed over decades of navigating political maelstroms, falters as she grapples with an overwhelming weariness. A heavy crown, indeed, as her heart wavers between the comforting tradition she has preserved and the love for her family now on the brink of implosion. Every decision feels like a betrayal, every hesitation a potential ruin of a kingdom she vowed to protect. Caught in this familial crossfire is Prince Charles, his brow furrowed with an inner conflict that gnaws persistently at his conscience. Straddling two worlds, he is impaled upon the horns of a mighty dilemma, his allegiance to his wife, bound by years of shared history, and his son's future, a legacy precariously encased in uncertainty. Within him roils a storm of conflicting loyalties, casting his once assured trajectory into turbulent waters. He paces long into the night, alone in his quarters, pondering the repercussions of every whispered word, every fleeting glance. Meanwhile, young Prince William embarks upon poignant dialogues with his son George, whose tender age belies the weight now thrust upon him. Together, Father and son navigate uncharted waters. One with the torch of experience, the other with the glow of eager potential. In whispered conversations, passed like heirlooms under the guise of bedtime stories, the legacy of kings unfolds a tapestry of dreams clashing with reality, of past glories and present woes. They share hopes and fears, intertwining their destinies amid the flickering shadows of a future not yet written. In the deep recesses of memory, vivid flashbacks to past royal crises loom large, casting a somber backdrop against the current turmoil. Whispers of scandal and challenge, echoes of those who once sat upon the throne, surge forward, heightening the gravity of now. These specters serve as stark reminders of fragility, of how fragile the gilded threads of narrative can be when pulled taut by the strain of expectation and legacy. As the royal family teeters on the brink of chaos, deeper alliances and rivalries begin to surface, foreshadowing a dramatic upheaval yet to unfold. Hidden forces shift beneath the surface, unseen currents that might yet reshape the very foundation of the throne, as the monarchy stands unwilling to surrender to the capricious whims of fortune. Just beneath the surface of polite royal ceremonies lies a web of intricately woven secrets. Astute observers start piecing together Camilla's master plan, an audacious blueprint that could forever alter the landscape of the British monarchy, challenging traditions and rewriting destiny. The grandeur of the royal fade has always had layers. However, underneath the smiles and carefully curated public appearances hides a narrative both groundbreaking and daring. Camilla, with her poised demeanor, subtly orchestrates a symphony of schemes. Her every public gesture, no matter how minute, is a part of a larger strategy, a melody only the keenest observers can truly appreciate. The dinners where whispers outweigh the clinking of crystal goblets, the charitable events strategically aligned to boost her public image, and the subtle, almost imperceptible nods to influential players in high society, each move defies expectations, crafting a narrative only she can tell. Camilla's defiance of preconceived roles is her quiet rebellion. She navigates the royal waters with a grace that cloaks an undercurrent of ambition. She eschews the pathways laid by centuries-old traditions, subtly redefining succession's pathway. In moments shrouded in subtlety, she pushes the boundaries of her influence, showcasing a sophisticated approach that waltzes around traditional rules like a skilled dancer evading an immovable partner. Through intricate maneuvering, she sidesteps the rigid barriers of hierarchy, leaving observers to question whether the age-old doctrine of order is at risk of toppling. It's a game of chess played in slow motion, each piece moving deliberately, hinting at a strategy beyond the simple reach of conventional wisdom. But no plan, no matter how exquisite, remains free of scrutiny for long. Suspicions germinate in whispered conversations among royal historians, who delve into the archives and dusty documents of yore. Biographers probe deeper into her life, pushing past the public persona. Interviews once penned to laud are now sharpened into inquiries seeking truth. Key documents emerge, communications that buzz with the possibility of her ultimate goals. A sentence here, a phrase there, all lead to an intriguing tapestry of intrigue that promises to disturb the palace's complacent air. As the storylines of her plan unfurl, the press begins to jostle. Tabloids flirt with narrative, headlines suggesting revelations beneath Camilla's serene demeanor. The public, too, catches wind, each theory tossed around at dinner tables with a sense of burgeoning urgency. As awareness grows, the intricate web surrounding Camilla becomes an undeniable presence looming over the royal family, a storm shadowing their gilded world. Each revelation tightens the pressure, echoes of scandal dancing along palace halls. As suspicions morph into certainties, the next chapter exposes the weight of secrets that could redefine a throne, as power dynamics shift with every revelation. The palace gates, long a symbol of regal strength, now tremble under the weight of public unrest. As news of Camilla's plot spreads, a fierce outcry resonates across the kingdom. In this newfound storm, loyalties are questioned, and calls for safeguarding the young prince rise to a fever pitch. The city, usually a hub of ceremony and tradition, seethes with an unprecedented urgency. Crowds gather in the streets, their shouts piercing the air with demands for truth. Conversations in quiet pubs swell with indignation, and a nation normally stoic in its reverence now throbs with a collective demand for transparency. It is not just whispers in parlors or conjectures in local broadsheets, these are cries, deafening and persistent, beating against the proud walls of propriety that once held their questions at bay. Media outlets thrive in this pandemonium. Papers flying off the racks as quickly as they are printed, broadcasts beaming into homes the gravity of the palace in turmoil. The cameras, once docile, now lie in ambush outside regal residences, magnifying every flicker of a curtain, every word spoken through a clenched jaw. Intense scrutiny mounts, and each day brings another expose, another gutting revelation. The monarchy, with its millennia of decorum, finds itself maneuvering through a labyrinth of modern accountability. Yet, amid this chaos, a beacon emerges: Prince George. His name, spoken with fervor in chants and etched on banners, becomes the symbol of continuity, hope, and a future unmarred by current scandal. Loyalists, those unwavering in their allegiance, rise with renewed fervor. Their gatherings, dense with purpose, surge as counter-narratives to the prevailing storm, casting the young heir as both the embodiment and protector of a legacy under siege. Their voices supportive, insistent ring out, a testament to the enduring love for the monarchy's enduring spirit. But for Camilla, the tides are cruel and relentless. She finds herself at the eye of a storm, an unwelcome centerpiece of public condemnation. Protests, ardent and unyielding, echo outside otherwise serene royal functions, the palace walls absorbing harsh words that no generation before has needed to withstand. The clamor increases with each passing day, rendering silent the usual pomp that characterizes royal affairs. Faces pressed against iron gates, emblematic of a growing divide, mark the shifting sands of societal views on monarchy traditions. As these divisions deepen, the monarchy's reverence teeters, its pristine surface modeled by the resurgence of historical grievances and contemporary defiance. The power struggle, once a whispered intrigue, is now spectacle, broadcasted and dissected. The monarchy, an entity both ancient and timeless, faces the fragility of its reputation laid brutally bare for the world to see. It stands as both relic and institution, questioned by a populace whose allegiance wavers under the weight of betrayal and hope. As the kingdom reverberates with mounting tension, the royal family braces for an unparalleled challenge ahead, one that will test the bonds of loyalty and the limits of power. The road ahead is uncharted, a tumultuous pilgrimage through the heart of a nation's most sacred and scrutinized relationship. The balance of power and love hangs precipitously, and as dawn breaks, only one thing is certain: nothing will ever be the same again. Despite being thrust into the heart of a regal storm, young Prince George stands unfaltering, marked by an unyielding resolve. With a heart that beats to the rhythm of ancestral power and a mind sharp with the wit of his forebears, the mantle of destiny feels less like a burden and more like a faded cloak sewn through the ages just for him. In the corridors of his own mind, he battles not only the vested interests of those who wish to see him fail, but also the swirling winds of self-doubt that nudge at him from shadowy corners. Yet, there's an element of fire, a prince not shaken by whispers of treason, nor diverted by sands of uncertainty. This journey is not just about reclaiming a throne, it's about reclaiming identity, finding strength in the face of a world that doubts his every step. Bolstering Prince George through this storm is a bastion formed by his family, a father whose stern yet loving eyes offer guidance sharper than a sword, and a grandmother, with wisdom etched on her brow like lines of an ancient tome, instilling a silent strength that needs no words. The echoes of their faith in him forge a chain of resilience, each link an experience shared, every twist and turn a whisper of encouragement that emanates from generations past. Determined yet grounded, George leans into these bonds, their unwavering commitment serving as a beacon in a tempest driven by ambition and betrayal. The eyes of a kingdom turn to him, scrutinizing a young prince navigating the high stakes of public image with adept precision. On the stage of the world, his actions, deliberate and measured, craft a narrative of a leader birthed from the legacy of yesteryear and nurtured by the fire of trials present. Each action he takes becomes a stitch in the tapestry of his legacy, a delicate dance balancing tradition with innovation, showing a keen understanding of his role beyond mere ceremonial gestures. In him, people see not just a prince, but a future shaped by the shadows of turmoil, luminous with hope unquenched by adversity. His maturity, striking in its infancy yet palpable, weaves a compelling story of growth under pressure. A prince, learning to roar like the lion emblazoned on his house's crest, transforming doubts into conviction, and criticisms into stepping stones leading back to his rightful seat, the throne. He rises to meet challenges head-on, imbued with a spirit fierce enough to challenge the darkest of fears, yet gentle enough to win hearts with earnest cries for unity and progress. As waves of tradition wash over him, Prince George partakes in royal duties that bind him more tightly to the dynasty, weaving new chapters for a storied monarchy. Each ceremonial gathering, each diplomatic exchange adds another stone to the foundation, fortifying his path against the winds of change, or perhaps reshaping them entirely. In these duties, the young prince finds meaning not just for himself, but for the millions watching him, a living symbol of continuity, bridging past and future. The symbolic resonance of Prince George's ascent resonates far beyond palace walls, reverberating through the collective consciousness as if to say, the crown is resilient as much as it is transformative. His journey is not solitary but a reflection of the very heart of the monarchy, steadfast yet evolving, fragile yet insurmountable. The weight of his task could crush or ennoble, but as the dawn breaks over the horizon, it is clear. The future of the monarchy, poised for renewal or ruin, finds its shape in the resolve of this young prince. And as the aura surrounding the throne grows dense with legacy and expectation, a reshaping force circles the monarchy, promising to transform the fates of all involved. In the dim chambers of the palace, amidst the distant echoes of unrest and uncertainty, the queen sat alone, her thoughts entwined with the weight of crowns and kinship. The world outside was turbulent, torrid seas of discontent threatening her kingdom's very foundation. Yet in this solitary room, a serene but calculating mind was at work. She pondered deeply, her heart wrestling with a bitter duality, the unyielding demands of duty and the tender, unbreakable bonds of family. Every decision felt simultaneously personal and monumental, and her legacy as both monarch and mother loomed large over this chessboard of fate. The stakes had never been higher. Retreating into a circle of confidants during these delicate hours, the queen convened with figures she trusted beyond measure. Their meetings draped in secrecy, each tactical whisper held the power to shift empires. Together they carved out a strategy, a bold maneuver that leveraged tradition and law to its very brink. She was determined. This would not just be another chapter in her glorious reign but an indelible mark in history. Pens scratched across parchment in hushed planning sessions as new decrees took form. A reimagined succession protocol emerged, a safeguard to ensure young Prince George, an emblem of the future, would ascend unchallenged when the time came. Amidst this strategic storm, the delicate balance of power teetered. The queen navigated the labyrinth of relationships within the royal court with unparalleled grace, her intuition keen like a sword's edge, slicing through veils of intrigue and subtle alliance shifts. Her leadership was a tapestry woven with strands of authority and empathy, understanding the nuanced dance required to maintain equilibrium and inspire loyalty. Every move was deliberate, her gaze sharp and knowing that while alliances are frail, her resolve must never waver. Yet, in these arduous moments filled with political nuance, came moments infinitely more personal and profound. A final meeting with Camilla plunged the queen into a whirl of conflicting emotions. Her heart ached in the silence, as the finality of unspoken words hung heavily between them. It was a tapestry woven with roots that ran deep, a poignant farewell, both a release and an assurance. The resolve was palpable between them, the unspoken understanding that change was inevitable, yet the bonds of love would transcend it, binding them eternally beyond the confines of titles and thrones. The Queen's gambit was more than just a calculated move. It was an embodiment of vision, audacity, and an unshakable faith in a future she might never see. It was this decision, bold and transformational, that would forever enshrine her legacy, cementing her as a catalyst of change in the annals of royal history. It heralded an era of potential, one that promised opportunities for growth and renewal for the house she cherished so dearly. And with her grand design set into motion, the Queen steps aside, leaving new paths forged by her vision laying the foundation for the next chapter in royal fortunes. As the curtains of her reign gracefully close, a new day dawns, gilded with the promises and burdens of heritage, inviting the prince and a nation to step forward into the light. In a tale that rivals the greatest royal epics, the dawn of a new era unfolds. The struggle for power gives way to an inspiring renewal as Prince George emerges not just as heir, but as a symbol of modern monarchy, a beacon of hope, restored and rejuvenated for the generations to come. With a heart full of resolve and eyes that glimpse the horizon of endless possibilities, Prince George steps into the spotlight. No longer the child cloaked in his forebears' shadows, he stands with a newfound confidence, an unmistakable aura of purpose coursing through his veins. His shoulders carry the weight of history, and yet an unmistakable ease suggests a prince who knows he is the future, who knows he is ready. The realm bursts in celebration, a rejuvenated populace embracing the youthful vigor of its heir. Streets once dampened by turmoil now pulse with a vibrant energy, as if the very stones beneath the palace tremble with anticipation. Crowds throng the avenues, raising their voices in a unified chorus of hope. Banners unfurl as bridges are built anew. The realm rejoices in a shared dream, one where unity and peace reign supreme. The cacophony of cheers weaves through the air, binding each soul to the promise of renewal. Yet, amidst this revelry, Prince George's heart weighs the solemn lessons of his family's past. The bitter battles, the whispered betrayals all converge to shape him. Within the hallowed halls of the royal abode, he reflects on wounds that marred and scars that healed. He acknowledges each moment of discord, yet recognizes the bridges rebuilt within his family's castle walls. In this reflection, he finds strength, inheriting resilience that stitches tradition with the golden thread of progression. Together, they represent a delicate balance of legacy, and tomorrow a dance of the emblems of yesteryear with the rhythm of innovation. His future is steeped in the timeless wisdom of those who reigned before, yet tempered with a resolve to wield power not as an end, but as a means to bring about profound progression. George embodies a renewed unity, a testament to a monarchy in step not merely with its storied past, but in stride with the people's pulse, modern, inclusive, vibrant. As with the whispered echoes of his predecessor Camilla, whose presence had once dominated both court and council, new narratives emerge. The tapestry of royal history undergoes a transformation, shape-shifting under the will of its new custodian. Her absence breathes a quiet space into the hallowed historical tales, allowing Prince George to forge his unique story, unfettered by preceding shadows. The whispers of legacies weave a new tale, where monarchy and modesty coexist, where allure meets authenticity. A dialogue unfolds between past and present, as George's reign seeds the monarchy's path forward. In this ever-evolving conversation, old traditions are honored, yet reimagined, as if the monarchy itself were a living, breathing entity, capable of change and adaptation. With each calculated step, Prince George carries not just the weight of a crown, but the hopes of a nation perched at the precipice of a new epoch. The path intertwines the rich heritage of the crown and a visionary Chile for tomorrow's as yet unwritten, beckoning a time of promise and possibility for the British monarchy's continuing saga. As the skies over Buckingham Palace clear, the embrace of a new chapter illuminates the path forward, ushering in a time of promise and possibility for the British monarchy's continuing saga.